Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Tim Scott.
And I'm Bob Collar.
And we're here for episode number 12. We've made it an even dozen.
Yay, a dozen. That makes me want donuts.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Oh, hey, Tim, I got an email the other day.
Oh, fantastic.
Can I tell you?
Please do. I want to hear.
All right. We got an email from Scott from the University of Wisconsin, of all places.
Oh, wow. A collegiate.
How about that? So we are in China, Ireland, the UK, and now Wisconsin.
We're taking over college campuses.
That's exciting. Anyway.
Maybe we're a drinking game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, probably every time I clear my throat, somebody has to drink. Anyway, Scott writes in, he says, I recently just found the show on iTunes, and thank you for finding us, and I've been hooked. I'm going to Disney World next week over spring break, so that's going to be next week. We like to read your emails as soon as they come in.
As soon as possible.
Not like some do. Anyway, I cannot hide my excitement. I just listened to the podcast on the FastPass Plus, and I was wondering if it is hard to get a FastPass if you're staying off property right now. I am no Disney rookie. I am 20, and I have been going every other year. I know how to work the system and to get around the parks. My mother and I have been doing the parks in one day, not to my enjoyment. But now my friends and I have 5-day park hoppers. We're staying off property due to cost. I guess my question is, any tips on what to do and something special for us to do, and anything, information on getting Fast Passes now that FastPass Plus is in place? He also says he has great Disney stories. If we're ever interested, we're always interested.
We are.
In great Disney stories. Please send us your stories. Tim and I are weird because we like looking at other people's vacation photos.
We border on stalker-like, but not really. We're actually very harmless. But we like to live vicariously through other people.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to Disney. So yeah, send us in some of your stories too.
Please.
We'd love to read them on the air.
Yes.
And, but Scott, I did for everybody. I did let Scott know. I emailed him back right away. Gave him my knowledge, what limited knowledge it is of the FastPass Plus system. But I don't think you can get them if you're staying off property. I think it's still just some of the deluxe resorts are trying that. You may be able to pick one up, though, at guest services. I took a look at that, and it looks like they may have them available at guest services. But check that out, and if you find out, Scott, please text us back, email us back, whatever, because we'd love to find out some more information. I won't be going down until June. I do have a trip booked.
Woohoo!
Going to be staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Very nice.
For June. Yeah, had to jump on that discount. So, but you got any ideas for what some college guys could do going to Walt Disney World?
I'm sorry, I was looking at something else and I lost focus.
I happen to notice that the Atlanta Braves, I believe, have some games that they're playing down there. If you're a baseball fan, might be kind of fun to hit some spring training down there. And then, of course, the parks, staying at the extra magic hours would be a great way to go. I know on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the Magic Kingdom's open till 1 a.m.
Wow! So
that'd be a good thing for some young people to do because most of the families are going to be wrapping up around 10 o'clock. So
the later you go, the better time I think you'll probably end up having.
Yeah, you'll have the parks all to yourself. So, but again, as far as the FastPass Plus goes, it's still in flux. I took a look and found a memo that was put out to cast members about the FastPass Plus, and it's still it's still kind of in flux.
Yeah, it's still brand new, and they're still tweaking and deciding how to attack the whole.
Yeah, and it seems to be coming out in spurts.
Right.
A lot of the resorts don't have them yet. A lot of the folks won't have them, and they're going to keep using the regular fast pass for a while. So just go and have some fun. That sounds like it's going to be a good time for those guys. So
yeah, I think they'll have a great time.
So again, Scott from Wisconsin.
Thank you, Scott.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much. So what are we going to talk about today, Tim?
Well, we have breaking news. In the Disney Online community.
Hit me.
Just a few hours ago, Disney officially announced Disney Springs in the downtown Disney area at Walt Disney World.
Finally.
It's been rumored for a while, and artwork has been leaked, but now it's official.
I know there was a leak a couple of days ago said, look for it. It's coming today. And I waited. And nothing. So, well, that's exciting. How do you feel about the whole revamping of downtown Disney? You and I are old school guys. We remember when it was Lake Buena Vista.
Yes.
The shops at Lake Buena Vista. And
it was very small, very intimate.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this thing?
Well, it sounds like they might be trying to get back to the intimate thing. Because they're building it, separated into, what are they calling them, neighborhoods?
Yeah. You've got, 3 neighborhoods? You've got, oh my goodness, let me try and find those. The Marketplace, the West Side, which, again, they're sticking with that West Side. That just, I don't know, people are kind of, I don't know. Nobody goes to the West Side. Everybody hangs around the regular downtown Disney area. Nobody seems to go to West Side unless you're going to Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to try to change all that to try to, get more traffic out that way.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a lot of what this has to be about. They've also got the Marketplace, the Landing, and the last one is Town Center.
Okay.
They've got the Town Center. And everything from the concept art that I have seen. If you're familiar with downtown Disney and over by the Rainforest Cafe, it seems like they're going to extend downtown Disney past the Rainforest Cafe, heading toward like Saratoga Springs. And that may be where the tie-in with the whole Disney Springs comes from. I don't know where they're getting the name. I'm not sure I love the name. I'm sure it'll grow on me, but it reminds me of Cars. With Radiator Springs.
It does. I wouldn't be surprised if the name changes.
Yeah.
They might end up just concept for now, just keep everything, just change the name after they get some more feedback.
Yeah.
Too many hotels with springs, movies with springs.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They put it out there and then they'll change it. So, but it looks kind of exciting. I originally, when I thought about it, I thought, I kind of like the downtown Disney the way it is, but this looks really, really cool.
I think they've invested quite a bit of money into designing this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just artwork.
No. No, I think it's going to be a huge investment coming up here for them. Let me find the website here. It's on the Disney Parks blog. They said their fundamental goal is to create a welcoming, comfortable space where families can enjoy time together and instantaneously feel right at home. So it sounds to me like it's going to be a little bit more little hidden places where you can go and kind of relax, almost like a small town, almost like Celebration, Disney's little town over there.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Who do you think will actually spend time there, though?
Well, I think
because my thought is, if you're a family and you're there for like 4 or 5 days, or maybe even up to a week, you've got a whole lot of other stuff you could be doing.
Yeah.
With all the parks and water parks. I mean, I think this might be for more for locals and for people who are down there for a really extended period of time, like maybe from a fortnight from the UK. I like to use the word fortnight whenever I can. But I mean, really, if you're there for 3 or 4 or 5 days, you're going to have to make time to get there, and you're going to be feeling like you're missing some park stuff, I would think.
That is true. That is very true. I think again, Disney being the business that it is, they want to keep you on that property as long as possible, because as long as you're on that property, you're not spending money someplace else. And I think this is in direct competition with outside of the parks, with International Drive and 192 down there, where people would go and they do a little bit of shopping and stuff. And I know right across the street is what is that, Crossroads, right just outside. Yeah. It almost has a little bit of a flair of that, and the Universal's City Walk. I think they're trying to trump Universal City Walk with this.
Oh, I can see that.
So, but it looks really cool. Finally, they're going to get rid of Planet Hollywood. They're revamping Planet Hollywood. It's not going to be that big, ugly planet sitting out there with a dinosaur. So that looks kind of cool. It looks to me like if you're a seafood fan, and I know you are, Fulton's Crab House looks like it's going to stay.
Oh,
yeah.
If you go to Fulton's Crab House and you know the crab claws, crab claw platter. There was like 10 or a dozen on there, and they were huge.
Really?
But that's enough for that tangent. We'll go back to the Disney Springs, but
well, it's part of Disney Springs now. It looks like from all the concept art, it looks like a lot of the stuff that we're used to seeing on the east side of Disney or downtown Disney is going to stay. It's just going to get a fresher new look, and then they're going to expand it past, like I said, the Rainforest Cafe. So I'm guessing Rainforest will stay. It looks like in the art it's staying. Fulton's Crab House is going to stay. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Raglan Road will probably stay.
Those are all really popular, so I don't think those are going anywhere.
Right, and the T-Rex restaurant will most likely stay because that's relatively new. So, but they're going to add. They're going to go from 75 shops to more than 150 shopping, dining, and entertainment venues. They say.
Wow.
So it's going to be huge. Now it's not going to be done until their project or projecting that it's not going to be done until 2016. So
that's a major construction project. Like the construction project, they still have to do a parking structure too, aren't they? That's still in the plans.
Now that I have heard rumor about that, but it doesn't say anything in their press release about parking structure.
Oh.
And I can't see anything in the concept art, so I don't know. I got to tell you, when they first started talking about this, the first thing that popped into my mind was they got to have some sort of monorail / electric train kind of thing.
Oh, people mover.
From a people mover to go from one side to the other.
Yeah.
And it would be fantastic. You're exactly right. Maybe like a TTA kind of thing where it's constantly moving. You don't have to worry about waiting to board and all of that stuff, and it's not going to make stops. It'll make loop stops, and maybe 4 different stops. That would be phenomenal. I'm blue sky in here, but because I haven't heard any of this, but that would be nice because it is so big. It's so hard to walk from one end to another.
It is, and there's been times we've just stayed at the marketplace.
Yeah, that's
Hit the World of Disney, maybe a little Rainforest Cafe, something like that, a couple of the shops, and we're good to go.
Right. And it's, recently they've shut down most of those restaurants on the west side anyway. So you'd end up out. We did that one time. We walked all the way across, and it was like a ghost town. Everything was boarded up and just not nothing really to do on heading toward the west end.
Right.
So I'm kind of excited about this. I wasn't too sure at first, but I'm liking it. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
That sounds very awesome.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of it I think will depend on what kind of shops they end up putting in.
Right.
I know. Generally, I know maybe it's our budget. When we're spending so much for a vacation, there's not a whole lot of shopping we do in like upper end type stores.
Well, yeah, Disney is so expensive anyway.
Right.
So start throwing in some of these. I just posted on our Facebook page the Dooney and Burke stuff, and it's those are purses for women for us guys that don't know what Dooney and Burke is. But
should I be disturbed that I knew that? I was like, oh yeah. And Vera Bradley's coming out soon.
Yeah. Your wife has trained you well, as has mine, because I knew what it was too. But those things are expensive.
Yes, they are.
They are not cheap. So like you said, you're spending so much money in the parks and on food and to go on to some of these high-end places, boy, I don't know. It's going to be rough. I will say this, being someone who just came back from Disneyland and visited downtown Disney compared to or downtown Disney in California compared to downtown Disney in Florida, even the downtown Disney, the way it is right now in Florida, is hands above the one in California. And I'm sure we're going to get some bad email about that, but it's so small. The one in California is so small because they're so limited with space. Where this thing, when they finish this Disney Springs, it is going to be just massive.
Wow.
And it's going to be beautiful. I'm really, really looking forward to it. They show a lot of boats and that around the areas. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Now, did you see any reports about something called a food truck row being part of downtown Disney? I just saw this on let me give them proper credit as I'm reading from the Orlando Business Journal. Has a little report that
I don't trust those guys.
What do they know about business in the Orlando area?
What do they know?
They're just the Orlando Business Journal.
Right, exactly. So what is this? It's a food truck?
Yeah, apparently last summer there were some food trucks on Disney property. But this year it sounds like let's see.
Oh, that's the new thing in cities. Now I'm sure New York and LA have had them for a while.
Right.
I know we're up in the Cleveland area, and we just got a few of them up in Cleveland, so that's relatively new.
Yeah, and they're doing a fantastic business up there too.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
But apparently, according to the article, it says one of Orlando's main food truck builders has a mystery client who rush ordered 10. Now, this is the key words here: highly themed food trucks. Now, we both know Disney is known for some theming.
Yeah. So are you saying that it doesn't look like it's going to be like a Wolfgang Puck kind of thing, or is it going to be Disney? Is that what you're reading there?
It just says it's possible there could be a food truck row. So, I mean, I don't know if they'd be branded maybe to celebrity chefs, possibly.
Oh, could be.
Or, maybe they'll actually be Disney owned and operated. And they can change the menus at will.
Yeah, and that would be a lot cheaper than building them a whole restaurant.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about that yet either. I don't know if I want to go on vacation and eat food from a truck necessarily.
That's true.
But good food's good food. So
right. Well, I know that I've been on a lot of the blogs and checking some things out as well as you have, and I'm finding that a lot of people they're excited about this, but a lot of them are saying, "Look, you had some really good restaurants and entertainment venues in Pleasure Island when it was there, and you got rid of them."
That's true. Yes, the Adventurers Club, the Comedy Warehouse, those are all fantastic places.
Bring those back, they're saying. So
yes.
That would be a good way to go, I think, for Disney, is to maybe pay attention to some of the fans, some of the guests. Disney cares about their what the guests want, and I never got to go into the Adventurers Club, but I sure would like to, because I've heard great things about that thing.
Oh, people rave.
Yeah. So you don't need to have it be like Pleasure Island, but I think it would be pretty good. Now, one thing that I'm not real sure about is I'm looking at the concept art for the West Side, and it's got like a raised platform kind of thing where people can look down. It's almost got kind of a New Orleans Mardi Gras kind of theme. I don't know how that's going to fly. It may be good, but I don't know if I want little kids standing up on a platform looking down on me, because kids can be a little bit rambunctious.
Well, that's true. I don't know. Do you think the place will be similar to Pleasure Island, that it'll lean more towards adult entertainment in the evening, or it'll be standard family?
Possibly. Oh, you know what? Do me a favor. Hit the tangent music, will you?
Okay.
Speaking of just, thank you. Speaking of just adult-themed entertainment, did you happen to see how the Disney Cruise Line is offering adult-only excursions in its Mediterranean voyage?
I've not seen that. No.
Yeah, that's a new thing that just came out this week as well, and I don't know, where is Disney going toward a more adult themed experiences, it sounds like. So how do you feel about that? You've been on the cruises. How would you like to have just an excursion for you and your wife?
I would not go on an excursion with just the wife and leave the kids back on the ship.
Yeah.
If it was just us on a cruise, I'm not sure if I'd want to go on a excursion or a port adventure with some young kids that might be rambunctious around.
Yeah.
Because some of the port adventures, and I can only imagine on the Mediterranean how expensive they are. Because they're really expensive in Alaska, so I got to imagine anything involving the Mediterranean and the Disney Cruise Line will just be outrageous.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be spending that kind of money, you don't want a kid doing somersaults around you probably while you're trying to look at the Sistine Chapel. And I don't know where these excursions are going. I'm just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, and some wine tasting, some vineyards maybe in Italy or something. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're not saying kids can't go. They're just having the option for adults only. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
From what I understand, they're going to have the obvious family excursions as well, but they're going to have some separate excursions that are just for adults. So it looks kind of exciting. I was asking my wife about it, how she felt, and she said, "How does Disney have anything that doesn't revolve around kids?"
Oh,
and it's just, again, they're a business. They're trying to pull in as much interest as they can from all kinds of different folks. So I kind of like the idea. Like you, I don't think I want to leave the kids on the ship.
right.
But if it's just my wife and I going, yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, on the Disney Cruise Lines, they take such good care of the kids and keep them so well occupied. Adults have a great time because the kids aren't really getting into trouble too much.
Right. Yeah, I saw one tweet from some folks asking about the Disney cruise, and somebody, they said, well, are there a lot of kids around all the time? And the one person that tweeted back said, we hardly saw kids because the kids are all being handled by the Disney folks. They're all in their special things. So.
And the kids don't want picked up either. You go to get them, they act like they don't know you.
That's fantastic. That means they're doing something right. So,
here's more tangent music while we're here. More breaking news.
Go.
How about Carnival again?
Oh,
we don't even know what's going on. We just heard this a little bit ago, but apparently there's a problem with another. It's the Carnival Dream, not the Disney Dream. The Carnival Dream is having problems at I think it was St. Martin.
What are they doing?
The moral of the story is stick with Disney Cruise Line if you can.
Take a Disney cruise. There you go. Oh my gosh!
Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back. Okay, so your impressions of Disney Springs, good or bad?
I'm going with skeptically good.
Yeah,
I think if everything goes as they're saying it right now, I think it'll be a good addition. Like I said, you're gonna have to be there for a few days before to enjoy everything.
Right.
'Cause right now, I got to think if you're there for a solid 2 weeks, you might see most of what you want to see, but you're still going to be missing things.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. It looks really nice. I don't want to see. I know that the last time we were at Downtown Disney was over the holidays, over the Christmas time, and it was almost unbearable the number of people that were in there. So they've got to open it up a little bit, and I'm hoping that this opens it up a little bit more. I hope that they don't. They're really paying attention to eliminate bottlenecks, because right now there are a few places that really are bottlenecks with people, and you just get squeezed in, and then it's not fun. So.
Yeah, I don't like being shoulder to shoulder with other people. Not that you're not lovely people, but let's face it, it's 90 degrees and 100% humidity. We don't need to be that close.
you don't mind as long as there are listeners. You'll be shoulder to shoulders with our listeners.
Our listeners are fabulous people.
There you go. I agree. So yeah, I like it too, and I'm with you on that. So that's all I got.
Excellent. Well, once again, this is episode 12, but real quick shout out here to the listeners. We're going to try to throw something together here for our next show. ResortLoop.com, unlucky number 13.
13. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So here's what we would like. Listeners, send us your unlucky Walt Disney World or Disneyland, just general Disney moments. We want to mention those in our next podcast. Anything that didn't go quite right, went totally off plan. Nothing
Like
totally
a snake
tragic.
in the room?
Like a snake in the room. Nothing totally tragic, though. But, you know.
Please, I don't want to hear any bad, really, really bad stuff.
And then if something happened and, Disney was able to, take care of the situation for us, let us know, because we'd like to know. We'd like to hear good trip reports and, bad trip reports, so it might not have gone so well.
That's right. That's right. Because it doesn't always go perfectly.
Right. So feel free to, you can tweet those to us. I'm Resort Loop Tim.
I'm Resort Loop Bob.
Or you can email us at our first names at ResortLoop.com. That's over on the website.
Yeah. Drop us a line on Facebook.
Oh, I love the Facebook.
Facebook /Resort Loop. Any other way? That's it. That's all.
That's all we got. The phone line's not working yet. But if you want to record a voicemail and email it to us, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll put you on the show. We really want to get you guys on the show.
Yeah, we're looking on ways to branch out a little bit here and get more listeners actually on the show and make it a little more interactive because we're having a good time with this. So,
right. So it's been a lot of fun.
So I say we wrap this episode up.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us for ResortLoop.com. Once again, I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
We'll catch you next time for ResortLoop.com, unlucky number 13.
See you, everybody.
You're in Radiator Springs.